Today we will be discussing La Fiestas de la Virgen Blanca, in which the people of the Basque Country celebrate the patron saint of Vitoria-Gasteiz. Known as Vitoria-Gasteiz. The celebration of the Virgen Blanca is celebrated from August 4th at 6 o'clock up until early in the morning on August 10th. The first thing that occurs is Celadon's descent, where a ragdoll is placed at the top of the Church of San Miguel and goes along a line all the way down into the center of the square. Now, once the ragdoll reaches the bottom, it's replaced by an actor who portrays Celadon, who walks through the crowd to come back to the Church of San Miguel. It's said that if you touch Celadon's hat, you'll have good luck. And during the celebration, the people in the crowd pour champagne on themselves just as a celebratory mark. And throughout this entire event, every single day is a different event.
But La Fiestas de Virgen Blanca is a 6-day activity, so we wanted to give you guys a chronology of exactly what goes on. It starts out the first day with the descent of Celadon. After that, on the next day, they celebrate La Virgen Blanca, and on the next day, they celebrate children. The next day, they celebrate veterans in kind of a similar fashion that we do to Veterans Day, although it's tied in with something larger. After that, they have what's called the Dirty Day, and that's kind of fallen out of favor as of recently. Only a select group of people do it now, but essentially they throw flour at each other and get really dirty, as the name might suggest. And then after that, finally to cap it off, is the ascent of Celadon, and he goes back up from whence he came earlier in the celebrations.
The first thing that occurs is Celadon's descent, where a ragdoll is placed at the top of the Church of San Miguel and goes along a line all the way down into the center of the square. Now, once the ragdoll reaches the bottom, it's replaced by an actor who portrays Celadon, who walks through the crowd to come back to the Church of San Miguel. It's said that if you touch Celadon's hat, you'll have good luck. During the celebration, the people in the crowd pour champagne on themselves just as a celebratory mark. And throughout this entire event, every single day is a different event.
So our holiday isn't known for any particular food or clothing. Instead, we're going to focus on some of the other events that go on during the Fiestas de Virgen Blanca. So a few of those that go on are fireworks shows, concerts by famous musicians from the area, as well as sack and tricycle races. And we'll get into a bit more of the music later. But rather than just focusing on food or clothing in particular, a lot of different events happen that kind of diversify the holiday.
Alright, so now, as promised, we will be getting into the music of La Fiestas de Virgen Blanca, specifically Fiestas de la Blanca 2019, because 2019, this upcoming year, is the easiest to find information for. So a few of the bands that are going to be playing at Fiestas de la Blanca 2019, the highlight bands, are Fangoria, Wizard of Oz, La Moda, and Hansa, along with La Fashion. And it kind of seems that the theme of this whole thing, at least with the music, and you'll see from both this bit of the article that I'm about to read off, as well as the visual put on screen, is combining old with new. So it says, concerts that will take place in the Plaza de los Fueros, and where the veteran of Wizard of Oz, Fangoria, will mingle with the youth of Hansa and La Fashion. So, you kind of see that these older bands are mixing with the new, and we both thought that was pretty cool. Because usually fiestas or parties or holidays or events are geared towards a certain demographic, but, the musical demographic of Fiestas de la Blanca 2019 seems to be everyone, so kind of the equivalent for us would be, some 80s bands mixed with, like the pop of today coming together for one 6-day holiday, which is pretty cool if you think about it, right? Because, not only would your grandparents be able to enjoy the music, but you would too, assuming that you specifically like today's music. So we thought that was a really cool thing to be featured rather than, food and clothing. We like to focus on the music instead, and we know that at Renaissance especially, there are a lot of you that are into music as well.
Ascent of Celadon. Now, my boy Justin just talked about the Descent of Celadon, and essentially the Ascent is kind of the same thing, as you might imagine from Descent and Ascent. Essentially, Celadon just goes up St. Miguel's Church the same way that he came down, but the important thing is kind of the symbolism behind it. So, as he's going up, he's encouraging the people down there partying and nesting to live their lives and enjoy them just as they had this past week when they were celebrating at La Fiestas de Virgen Blanca. It's kind of a big symbol to both them and the party as a whole. It marks both the beginning in the descent and the end in the ascent of Celadon. And so it's really important to recognize those two events.
Now, time to read a page from the Communist Manifesto.